We started at, I joined at 7:53 p.m. and my desire was to continuously stay on the call and chant by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. I was able to stay awake and chant the holy name. And even my throat is not hurting me. I completed 71 rounds. I was reading the name who was joining every hours. And I'm so grateful to those 17 warriors that we have minimum throughout the night. And a lot of the devotees joined today, more than 106, I think. So I'm just going to name those devotees that I have not named who joined after 5 o'clock. Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devidasi, Kanta Devidasi, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, Hari Katha, Sarmishta Sahi Mataji, Yamuna Sundari, Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Akshatar, Arvind Prabhu and Priyanka Mataji, Raghav Perumal Srinivas. I'm not going to name those who has earlier joined, so even though they joined after 5, but they have already joined. Lucky, like Sakhi Saran Mataji was, I think she was there until 1 o'clock, I think. Jai Sachinandan Prabhu, Bhaktin Kirtan, she was also in the night, also she was there. Devi Murthy Devidasi, Abhay Mohan Prabhu, Rasmi Mataji, Lekha, Srinivas Charan Prabhu, Pitambar Priya Prabhu, Thaneswar Prabhu, Ivy and Sumit. So let's hear the wonderful song before we can read from the Laghu Bhagavatamrita.
पयोधि जले धृतवानसि वेदम् विहितवहित्र चरित्रमखेदम् विहितवहित्र चरित्रमखेदम् केशवधृता मीन शरीरा केशवधृता मीन शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे क्षितिरिह विपुलतरे तिष्ठति तव पृष्ठे धरनिधारन किन चक्रगरेष्ठे धरनिधारन किन चक्रगरेष्ठे केशवधृता कूर्म शरीरा केशवधृता कूर्म शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वसति दर्शन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनि कलंक कलेव निमग्ना शशिनि कलंक कलेव निमग्ना केशवधृता शूकर रूपा केशवधृता शूकर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे आ जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमल वरेन अमाद्भुत शृंगार दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे आ जय जगदीश हरे छलयसि विक्रमणे बलिमद्भुत वामना वदन कनीर जनित जन पावना वदन कनीर जनित जन पावना केशवधृता वामन रूपा केशवधृता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे क्षत्रिय रुधिरमये जगदपगत पापं स्नपयसि पयसि शमित भवतापं स्नपयसि पयसि शमित भवतापं केशवधृता भृगुपति रूपा केशवधृता भृगुपति रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे आ जय जगदीश हरे तरसि दिक्षुरणे दिक्पति कमनीयं दशमुखमौलि बलिं रमणीयं दशमुखमौलि बलिं रमणीयं केशवधृता रामशरीरा केशवधृता रामशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे आ जय जगदीश हरे वह शिव पुषि विसजे वसनं जलदाभं हलहति भीति मिलित यमुनाभं हलहति भीति मिलित यमुनाभं केशवधृता हलधर रूपा केशवधृता हलधर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे आ इति जातम् सदय हृदय दर्शित पशुघातम् सदय हृदय दर्शित पशुघातम् केशवधृता बुद्ध शरीरा केशवधृता बुद्ध शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे म्लेच्छनि वह निधने कलयसि करवालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करहालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करहालम् केशवधृता कल्कि शरीरा केशवधृता कल्कि शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जयदेव कवेदितमुदितमुदारम् शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारम् शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारम् केशवधृता दशविधरूपा केशवधृता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
Thank you very much, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song. Let me open that book.
What is the book name you are reading now? Guruji?
Everybody can mute their phone, please.
What is the book?
Mute your phone, please. Okay, here we go. So we'll be starting the part 1, Lagu Bhagavad Amrita, Krishna Amrut, the immortal nectar of Krishna. Chapter 1, Tad Ekatma and Avesh. Om Namah Shri Krishnaya. Obeisances to Sri Krishna. Text 1. I offer my obeisances to the bestower of unimpeded intelligence, the Supreme Lord Krishna, who manifests his all-attractive personal expansion so that all living beings can achieve liberation. Commentary. In the Mangalacharan, which comprise the first 4 verses of the Lagu Bhagavad Amrita, Srila Rupa Goswami invokes auspiciousness and indicates the book's focus. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan write in his commentary, Sharanga Rangada, the delight for true connoisseurs, that in these verses, Srila Rupa, aware of the essential teaching of all revealed scriptures, offer respect to Sri Krishna, the focus of Laghu Bhagavatamrita's systematic exposition on the personality of Godhead and his expansions. Srila Baldev writes that this Mangalacharan is intended by the author to incinerate all obstacle as if they were a heap of dry grass, and to dispense nectar like a downpour from a rain cloud, fulfilling all the desire. Srila Baldev introduces his commentary with two verses of his own. Bhakti abhasenapi tosanam dadhane dharmadhyakse Vishwa Nistari Namne Nityananda Dvaita Chaitanya Rupe Tatve Tasmin Nityam Astam Ratirnaha. May our attractions ever flow toward that truth, who grants contentment in exchange for even a shadow of devotion, who oversees the principle of righteousness, and who delivers the universe with his names, the supreme truth in the form of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Acharya, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Devacharyam yam vidusat kavitve parshayaryam tattvavade mahantaha Shringartha Vyanjane Vyasunum Sasri Rupa Patu Nabhrutya Vargam. Exalted authority considers Srila Rupa Goswami equal to the god's preceptor Bruhaspati in his perfect poetic skill, equal to Parsara's son Vyas in the elucidation of philosophical truth, and equal to Vyas' son Shukadev in revealing the significance of amorous love of God. May that Sri Rupa protect us, his servant. Srila Rupa Goswami's first verse is slightly modified version of a prayer spoken by the sage Narada in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 1087-46. Narad glorified Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, after hearing from Lord Badrinath how Sri Sanandan had recited to the sages on Janaloka the prayers the personified Vedas had presented to the Lord at the end of the period of universal devastations. In his prayer, Narada bowed down to Bhagwan, the personality of Godhead. The word Bhagwan can indicate any superior person who possesses the six opulence to the large degree, but it most often indicates God, who is said to possess them completely. These are listed in Sri Vishnu Puran 6.5.74. Aishwaryasya samagrasyas viryasya yasaha sriya jnana vairagyasya chaiva sananam bhaga itingana. Complete sovereignty, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge and renunciations. These are the six opulences called bhag, with the added suffix one, indicating permanent, inviolable ownership. Bhagwan means one who possesses completely all worthy and attractive assets. This Bhagwan is the same Krishna who, as a baby, drinks the breast milk of his mother Yashoda. By his grace alone, anyone can attain the steady, keen intelligence, akunta medas, that enables one to know the absolute truth. As Uddhava said to Sri Krishna, Tattva Jnanam hi jivanam pramosastetra saktitaha tvam eva hi atma mayaya gatim vetha nacha paraha. From you alone arises the knowledge that living being possesses, and by your potency, that knowledge is stolen away. Indeed, no one but you can understand the real nature of your illusory potency. Bhagavatam 11:22-28. To grant opportunities for liberation to all conditions being, the Supreme Lord appear as his many avatars to attract the heart of his devotees. As Srila Rupa Goswami will explain after his Mangalacharan verses, Krishna expands in various degrees of completeness as his Samsa, Kalasa, and Vibhutis. The word Kala used by Narada in his prayer mentioned above refer to all the personal form of Godhead taken together. Although the personality of Godhead appears to be divided into these many forms, he remains always one integral whole. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan referred to this multiplicity of the Lord's forms with the term Vises, which he borrowed from the Madhava school of Vaishnavism, and which they in turn borrowed from followers of Gautama, the author of the Nyaya Sutras. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan will explain this term later in his commentary. Text 2. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the expansion of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servant, weapons, and confidential companions. Commentary. The second Mangalacharan verse glorifies Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the direct appearance of Lord Krishna in our age. Karbhajan Yogi originally spoke this verse in response to a question posed by King Nimi, Bhagavatam 11:5-32. Karbhajan had described the special avatars of the Supreme Lord, who established religious principle in the previous ages, Satya, Treta, and Dwapar. And now he spoke this verse to describe the Lord's appearance in Kali Yuga. Intelligent people who worship the Supreme Lord even in the Kali age. How? By performing sacrifices, yagnas, and other forms of worship based primarily on Sankirtan, the congregational chanting of God's holy names. Which form of the Lord is worshipped in this way? Krishna Vamam, the very form of Krishna. One definition of the word Varna found in the Medini Kosh dictionary is visible form. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, as indicated here by the verse Tvisa Akrishnam, has a complexion opposite to Krishna. At the name-giving ceremony of Lord Krishna, Garga Muni explained that Krishna appeared with different complexions in each of the three other ages. Jyan Varnas Trayohi Asya Grunato Nu Yugam Tanu Shuklo Raktas Tathapita Idanim Krishnantam Gataha. Your son Krishna appeared as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed three different colors, white, red, and yellow. And now he has appeared in a blackish color. Bhagavatam 10.8.13. It is known from the Bhagavatam and other Puranas that the Supreme Lord's Yuga avatar in the Satya age is usually white complexion. His incarnation in Treta age is red complexions. And as Garg here tells Krishna Father, in the Dwapar age he had appeared with a blackish hue. By simple application of the logic of the remainder, the normal complexions of the Yuga avatar in the Kali Yuga must be yellow. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's complexion is golden, like brilliant lightning. Every incarnation of the Supreme Lord Vishnu reveals in some way his extraordinary limbs, Angas and Upangas, weapons, astras, and associates, Parsadas. So Lord Chaitanya is no exceptions. But because of the exceptional character of his avatar, his affectionate dealings with many devotees, and his abstention from violence, his limbs and weapons are radically different from those of other Vishnu incarnations. Lord Mahaprabhu's Angas, his right and left arm, are the two Prabhus, Nityanand and Advaita. His other limbs, Upangas, are his numerous devotees, led by Srivas Pandit. His weapon are the holy names of God, which cut to root the opposing forces of ignorance. And his intimate associates are loving servants like Gadadhar and Govinda. Accompanied by all this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most powerful appearance of the Supreme Lord. Garga described the avatars for Kali Yuga as Pita, which indicates yellow rather than golden. But that referred to the Yuga avatar of an earlier Kali age. The appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu occurs during the Kali age of the 28th Mahayuga of the reign of Vaivasta Muni in the day of Brahma, called the Sweta Varaha Kalpa. We also hear from various scriptures that in other Kali Yugas, the avatars who established a religious principle for the age were dark blue and parrot green in complexion. Both of these other Kali Yuga avatars were living entities whom the Supreme Lord empowered to initiate the chanting of Krishna's holy names. It is with this Shakti, aways, Jivas in mind that ancient authorities have made such statement as Pratyaksha Rupa Drig Devo, Drushyatena Kalo Hari. The Supreme Lord Hari does not allow himself to be seen in Kali Yuga. Vishnu Dharma Purana 104. This being the case, the intelligent worshipper of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood the confidential significance of Prahlad Maharaj's declarations to Lord Nrsimha that, quote, you appear as a disguised incarnation in Kali Yuga, Bhagavatam 7.9.38. And the Karbhajan's above description of the Kali Yuga avatar, Prahlad exact words were Channa Kalo Yat Abhavaha. Here Channa covered indicate that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, covered by the complexion of his beloved Srimati Radharani. Krishna state in the Bruhan Naradiya Purana, Aham eva kalo vipra nityam prachanna vigrala bhagavad bhakta rupena lokan rakshmi sarvatha. O Brahmana, in this age of Kali, I always disguise myself as a devotee of the Supreme Lord, and in that way, I do everything needed to protect the worlds. The Upanishad also allude to Lord Chaitanya's descent. Yada pasya pasyate rukma varnam kartaram isam purusham brahma yonim. Sometime the Supreme Lord, the all-encompassing origin of creations, appears in golden complexion form. Mundaka Upanishad 3.1.3. Mahan Prabhur Vai Purushaha Satvaisa Pravartakaha. The personality of Godhead is the Supreme Master, Mahaprabhu. He is the original teacher of the principle of goodness. Swetsvatara Upanishad 3.12. According to Sri Skand Purana and Harivamsa, the incarnation for Dwapar Yuga is also sometime yellow. And since the personality of Godhead has countless varieties of incarnation, that fact is reconcilable as an occasional variation. Text number 3. May the gentle tones of Mukunda's flute, filled with the rich nectar flowing from his lotus mouth, evoke my complete ecstasy. Commentary. Srila Rupa Goswami reveals his exclusive devotion to the son of Nand Maharaj in this third Mangalacharan verse. The devotion to Krishna that Rupa Goswami and his follower teach is not blind surrender of will to an unknown supreme, but aesthetic attractions to the most lovable person. The more selfless a Vaishnava becomes in his devotion, the more aesthetic he becomes when he pursues Krishna's all-attractive features, especially his beauty and charming flute musics. The unique sweetness of Krishna's flute playing will be discussed toward the end of this book in text 532 to 537 of the 5th chapter. Kalki is a term rarely used except in elegant poetry. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan cites the word's definition in the Amara Kos dictionary and explains that it means a subtle, pleasurable sound. Text 4. All glories to the syllabus Hare Krishna, emanating from the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These syllables, forming his own names, are drowning the whole world in love of God. Commentary. Srila Rupa Goswami concludes his Mangalacharan by praising the chanting of Krishna's name because it is the most effective spiritual practice in the age of Kali. Because his brother and preceptor Srila Sanatana Goswami enthusiastically promoted it, because it bestows the highest goal of life, and because it brings one into direct association with Krishna, who is non-different from his name. In this verse, the word iti and so on indicate that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted the entire 32 syllabus Mahamantra, which begins with the word Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In text 2, Rupa Goswami had already proclaimed the importance of chanting the Supreme Lord's name in the age Kali, and many other statements in Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as in other scriptures, confirm this. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevalam, kalau nastiv eva nastiv eva gatir anyata. In the age of Kali, there is no other means for self-realization than chanting the holy name. Chanting the holy name of Lord Hari. Bruhad Naradiya Purana. Madhuram etan mangalam shakala nigama valisat phalam chit swarupam sakrud api parigitam shraddhaya helayava Bhrugu varanaran matram tarayet Krishna nama. O best of the Bhrugu dynasty, the holy name of Krishna is the sweetest of the sweet and the most auspicious of the auspicious. It is the transcendental fruit of all the Vedas and purely spiritual. Whoever chanted it but once, whether with faith or with contempt, is liberated. Skand Purana, Prabhas Khand. Text number 5. The feet of my blessed master are like lotus flowers. I will now honor the nectar my master extracted from Srimad Bhagavatam by summarizing the nectar in brief. Commentary. Sri Bhagavatamrita is one of Sanatana Goswami's major works, a definitive presentation of the distilled essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. What need is there then of another book with the same tide and claiming to serve the same purpose? Srila Rupa answered that the original Bhagavatamrita is also so long and complex that many Vaishnavas may have difficulty studying it. Therefore, systematically summarizing its teaching is a worthy endeavor. Srila Rupa is eager to distribute to all the Vaishnavas the nectar his elder brother laboriously extracted from Srimad Bhagavatam. Then both he and the readers of his Bhagavatamrita, known as henceforth as Laghu Bhagavatamrita, in contrast to his brother's Bruhat Bhagavatamrita, will enjoy the sweet taste of this nectar. Text 6. This nectar is divided into two parts, one relating to Sri Krishna and the other to his devotees. To his well-wishers, I will first show the nectar of Krishna. Commentary. By the definition of the word Bhagavad, a book named Bhagavatamrita should describe both the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Srila Rupa wants to take up the topics of the personality of Godhead first, and then he will write about his devotees, honoring the precedent established by Srila Shaunaka. Tat katyarthan mahabhaga yadi Krishna kathashrayam atha vasya padam bhoja makaranda liham satam. O Great One, please describe this incident as they relate to topics of Lord Krishna and the saintly devotees who lick the honey flowing from his lotus feet. Bhagavatam 116, 5 and 6. Text number 7. In these presentations, I will avoid becoming entangled in logical proofs. I will depend on scriptural authority as evidence because it is the most important means of acquiring knowledge. Commentary. Since this book is a serious philosophical investigation and not an essay expressing the author's personal opinion or a poetic offering of his sentiments, Srila Rupa Goswami begins by addressing the question of Praman. Every traditional school of thought in India has its own Praman or means of acquiring Prama, correct knowledge. From a broad survey of these schools, we can identify at least 8 different Pramanas: Pratyaksha, Anuman, Upaman, Sabda, Arthapati, Anupalabdhi, Sambhava, and Aitihya. Pratyaksha means knowledge acquired when one's sense of perception contact their object. A person might report this knowledge by saying, I see a pot. Anuman refers to gaining knowledge by inference. According to Gautama Rishi's method of analysis, one makes an inference when one detects a concrete instance of a general truth or vyapti. For example, one may see smoke on a mountain and think, quote, there is a fire on this smoky mountain, because wherever there is a smoke, there is a fire, unquote. So Gautama's original followers define vyapti in the negative as, quote, a particular indicator is not present in any situation where some essential causative factor does not occur, unquote. Or stated in the positive, quote, there is an invariable concomitance between the indicator and the causative factor to be inferred from it, unquote. That is, smoke is proof of fire because smoke is never present in the absence of fire. The Pandits of the new school of logic explain vyapti in more sophisticated terms as, quote, occurrence of the indicator never coincides with the total absence of the causative factor, unquote. What a sentence. We may have to read 15 times to get that. Upaman is the means of knowledge by comparison. For example, one may learn about an animal he has never seen by being told, quote, the Gavyaya wild forest cow is similar to a cow. Thus, by comparison, one understands the connection between the name Gavaya and its referent. A person thus informed may recognize a Gavaya when he visits the forest and sees one. Sabda Praman means learning from the words of the trustworthy authority. For example, one who has experience may tell someone else, quote, five palm tree grows on the bank of that river, unquote. Such a statement by an experienced person is means of obtaining reliable knowledge. Arthapati means a presumption drawn from circumstances to explain a phenomenon that is otherwise unexplainable. One may know, for instance, that Devdutt is plump even though he never eats during the day. By Arthapati Praman, one presumes that Devdutt must be eating at night. Anupalabdhi means discerning something's absence, as when one knows the absence of a pot on a certain piece of ground because one cannot see a pot there. Sambhava refer to knowledge that one occurrence by definition include another occurrence, as one realize, for example, that 100 includes 10. Aityaha refer to information obtained from a tradition whose original speaker is not remembered. For example, one might hear, quote, people say there is a ghost living in this tree, unquote. The materialistic philosopher of the Lokitya school, founded by Charvak, who identified the body as soul, accept only the first among these 8 kinds of praman, namely direct sensory perception, pratyaksha. The follower of the Vaisesika school of physical analysis accept pratyaksha plus anuman, inference. The Sankhya philosophers and Patanjala yogis recognize these 2 pramans plus sabda, verbal authority. The logicians of Gautama school accept these 3 plus upaman, comparison. The proponents of the Mimamsa school of Vedic hermeneutics accept all these plus 2 more, arthapati, presumptions, and anupalabdhi, perceptions of absence. And the adherents of Puranic law lore acknowledge 2 more pramanas, sambhav, inclusion, and etihya, traditions, for a total of 8 praman. Arguing from the positions of the Vaishnava Vedantists on the question of which pramanas to accept, Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan says that upaman should not be considered a separate praman because it is a special application of direct perceptions combined with inference, and verbal evidence. Knowing that the Gavaya present before one's eyes is similar to a cow is accomplished by pratyaksha. That the word Gavaya applies to the forest cow is established by Anuman. And one's understanding that Gavaya is like a cow was first of all acquired simply by Sabda Praman. Arthapati, Srila Baldev further explains, is also not a separate means of knowing, since it is a kind of anuman, referred to a Kevala Vaitik Reki, or exclusively negative inference. Devadatt must be eating at night, since he is plump even without eating during the day. Anyone who does not eat at night cannot be stout without eating during the day. Like this other plump person who we know eats during the day. Devdutt never eats in the daytime, so he must be eating at night. Sambhav is also a special kind of anuman, since we can infer that, quote, 10 is included in 100 because we never have 100s without 10. Aitihya is nothing but a kind of sensory perception because whoever began the passing on of particular historical information must have seen the phenomenon himself. Anupalabdhi is also not a distinct praman, but rather a variety of visual perceptions where an object's absence is perceived. Thus, there remain only three independent pramanas: sensory perception, pratyaksha, inference, anuman, and verbal testimony, sabda. This conclusion agrees with the opinion of Srila Madhvacharya, the illustrious predecessors of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sampradaya. Even these three, however, are reliable means of acquiring only ordinary knowledge, knowledge of the material world. They are inadequate for gaining access to transcendental knowledge, being flawed by the four faults: delusion, limited perceptions, inattention, and dishonesty. One may see what he thinks is the head of a person walking behind a wall, but the head may be an imitation intentionally designed to fool the viewer. One may see a pillar of smoke on a mountain and wrongly infer that there is a fire there, unaware that the fire has just been extinguished by rainfall. Even verbal authority is imperfect when received from less than perfect sources. Thus, sages propounding their own version of truth with all sincerity often contradict one another. Therefore, when we need to ascertain truth beyond material existence, our only definitive source of knowledge is that Sabda Praman, which is based on words that have no human author. The four Vedas, the Puranas, and the Itihas epics. The Puranas and the Itihas form an integral part of the Vedas, as confirmed in the Bruhad Aranyaka Upanishad 4.4.10 as follows. Evam are asya mahato bhaityas nisvitam etat yad rugvedo Yajurveda Samaveda Tharvangi Ras Itihas Puranam. These indeed comprise the breadth of the infinite Supreme Being, the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Shramaveda, and Athar Vangarisha Veda, Itihas and Purana. What is special about the Puranas and the epic is that even laborers and the spiritually inexpert can study them. Normally, such people who have not received sacred thread initiations are forbidden to chant or even hear Vedic mantras. Although there are exceptions to this rule, for example, chariot builders, Rath Karas, are permitted to light the sacrificial fire and chant the required mantra for certain yagnas. Varsho Rath Karo, meaning Advaita. A Rath Kar should install the sacred fires during the rainy season. So I think we have reached our time, 7:14. So we will be on text 8. So I will give the 20 seconds for any devotees to come forward and see if you have any questions, comment, correction, chastisement. And if not, maybe you can share some reflections today. So many devotees stay whole night alone chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. May that holy name may have invoked something in their heart that you should be able to share with others. We should not become miser. Whatever we receive, we should share very diligently with other persons. So I will wait for 20 seconds and see if somebody comes forward. If not, then I will have to call upon the devotees. So here is your 20 seconds. Haribol, no heroes coming forward. What happened? Already 30 seconds.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Haribol. Thank you very much for coming forward.
Yeah.
Priyanka Mata.
I heard about
Prasanna Vishnathan Devidasi.
yes, Prabhuji. I heard about delusion and dishonesty. The other two things, what are they? Please explain those.
Your voice is cracking up, mother. I can't hear.
Yeah, I texted you. What are the other two things you told about delusion and dishonesty, right,
Uh-huh.
Prabhuji? The other two are. Could you please explain them?
You are talking that what we read today?
Yes.
Okay, we'll have to go back. And what is your exact question, mother, so we can look for the answer? Duality?
Yeah, you told about four. Um, is it delusion and the other dishonesty about?
If anybody can recall that, otherwise I'll have to go in the text. I think it was right in the beginning, right? When we start reading, mother?
No, Prabhuji. After 8, what is that, Pramana, what is that? You told about think.
After the 8 pramanas?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'll have to scroll all these pages. I think I should keep the physical copy with me. I was reading with other devotees, so I thought I will use the computer, so I left my book there.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I will
okay.
next time I will grab it. So it,
Yeah, yeah, thank you. That's okay.
okay. Always masters to his devotees. So all these 8, then only 3 remains the last. Pratyaksha, Anuman and Sabda. Hmm. I don't know, I couldn't find the line. Anybody recall from the audience?
Prabhu, if you're reading digitally, then you can just do Control F and type in that word that Mataji is saying, delusion, and
Huh?
probably it will get you there.
I couldn't find that part.
You can try Control F, Prabhu. Control Find.
Huh? I'm not really, good on the computer things, how to do this search and everything. So if someone can, but you don't have the online, this text. So maybe Mataji, what you can do, you just text me your questions and I will find it out. And next time when we meet, I will give you that whatever I found.
Sure, Prabhuji.
How about that?
That's okay.
Huh?
Sure,
You just
definitely.
send me on WhatsApp and then I will look for it because I think it will take some time. I cannot find
Yeah,
right now.
yes, yes, no problem. Yeah, I will do that.
So definitely I will search
I
for it.
also
Prabhuji,
forgot that
That
Prabhuji,
will
I
be
think,
my homework.
name.
Prabhuji,
I
I think,
forgot.
Prabhuji, I think Mataji is talking about the 4 defects:
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
dishonesty,
Yeah, yeah.
the
That's
delusion, our
Oh,
propensity to
just
mistake.
cheat others. Oh, illusions.
Yeah,
Senses are imperfect.
senses
Those
are
are the
imperfect.
cheating
okay.
right. Yeah. Oh, those are the 4 things that you are asking. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Prabhu.
Those are the defects we take birth in the material world. Okay. Thank you very much. Prafulanand Madhav Prabhu. Anybody has any other questions? And if someone knows the computer, I also need some assistance. When I minimize that book, when I open again, it should open at the same page, but it's not happening. So if somebody can assist me, I will be really grateful. Otherwise, I'm gonna grab that physical book, so it will be easy for me. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, this is Arvind.
Hari Bol, Arvind Prabhu.
Yeah. Prabhuji, I was reading a book. It is written by Prabhupada, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I got this. So I did not know.
Yes. Yeah, there are 3 volumes. Or there is also one condensed book which include all the
Drama and all that.
3 volumes.
So I just wanted to ask.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Prabhu.
Yeah. So
yes,
there's a little interesting conversation. So on one of the so I just want to ask regarding that. So if we did speak about Prabhuji them back, but I just wanted to ask into perspective completely. So if Shiva is a demigod, why Lord Rama actually was worshipping him, although he is the ultimate, as if he was ultimate truth.
Yeah, the Lord Shiva positions is very difficult to understand. He is not a Jiva. He is not the Supreme God. He is like, our Acharya explained that there is a difference between the milk and the yogurt. So the yogurt is Lord Shiva, it's not milk. So he possesses a very unique positions. He is a topmost Vaishnava, and but he is not the Supreme Lord. Sometimes we see that the great personality also praise, even worship like that as a great Vaishnava, but never ever even Lord Shiva himself claimed that he is superior than Lord Sri Krishna. I think that if you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, I think in Canto 4, that a lot of the prayers of Lord Shiva has been, Lord Shiva has praised Lord Sri Krishna. And it also instructs Parvati, Bhaj Govinda, Bhaj Govinda, Bhaj Govinda, Mramati, that worship Lord Sri Krishna. So he is holding the unique positions. He is the topmost Vaishnava, but at the same time, he is not the Supreme God. And if you see the picture of Lord Shiva also, you will see that he is also chanting on the beats. He is worshipping someone else. So if he is the Supreme Master like Krishna, you will never see the japa beat in hand of Krishna. He always plays the flutes. He doesn't have anything. And also, one time, I think either the Bhrugumuni, that he really wants to find it out, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he goes first to Lord Brahma, and he said just the harsh words. And Brahma became so angry, become very furious. And then Bhrugumuni understand that why he is getting angry. He is not the Supreme Personality of God. Then I think he goes to the Lord Shiva also, and he says some harsh words and takes some actions, and Lord Shiva also become angry. But when the Bhrugumuni went to Vishnu, he actually kicked in the chest of Vishnu. And Vishnu is like a supreme. So he, even rather than getting angry to Brahmani, he was even inquiring that my chest is so hard, your feet is so soft. Did your feet get hurt by kicking on my chest? So because of that, not the Suddha Sattva, the influence of modes works on them. If you see in the scripture, Lord Brahma has made so many mistakes. Shiva has made the mistakes. He give very easily, the boons to the people that he cannot even retrieve it. And then ultimately what Lord Shiva has to do? He has to take the shelter of Vishnu, ask him to resolve that situations. So if he is the supreme person, then he should, whatever that boon he gave, if he feels that that boon is not right, then he should be able to retrieve it, but he cannot retrieve himself. So many examples like that. It's a unique position, but he is not the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the topmost Vaishnava. And if you really read the prayers of Lord Shiva to Krishna, he is declaring himself who is the supreme personality of Godhead. I think it's in the 4th canto. I can text you later on which verses you need to read. I have the book. I have to go in my library and grab those verses. I will exactly tell you which canto, which chapter, and which verse to which verse you should read. And it will give you a lot more detailed information about Lord Shiva, because he himself is praising Krishna.
Sure.
Is it okay? Haribol. Any other devotee has any other thoughts they would like to share?
Prabhuji, I
Please.
heard,
Prabhuji?
I also heard, sorry, somebody saying, go ahead.
No, go ahead,
Your
Prabhuji.
voice was cracking up, Prabhuji. So,
No, so I also heard is because also Hanuman is an incarnation of Shiva. And in some Puranas also he referred as a son of a Shiva. So it was Ram's, how Hanuman served, Shiva served Ram as an incarnation of Hanuman. And that is also one of the reasons I heard that Ram was paying obeisances to Shiva in return.
I haven't studied the Rama that in detail, so I can't make that comment. But I think the Hanuman is not the son, he is the son of Vayu.
Yeah. He's son of Vayu and he's incarnation of this Shiva. But in some Puranas, I think there's also mentioned that Hanuman is son of Shiva only. But mainly, definitely, there is no argument on Hanuman being incarnation of Shiva.
Oh.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can I share something?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So, actually, Arvind Prabhu, this is a very good question and very famous question when we come to Krishna consciousness. But as Prabhuji mentioned, that Krishna is like a milk and Lord Shiva is like a yogurt. Now, if somebody say 10,000 years before he had yogurt, that means one day before that 10,000 years, milk existed. And this statement, what Prabhuji quoted, this is a statement from Brahmaji in Brahma Samhita. He quoted this, there is a verse. So why Brahmaji? Right, point number one. Now, point number two is, one time, Parvati ji asked Lord Shiva, and you can verify this statement. There is a conversation between Parvati ji and Lord Shiva. Parvati ji asked that whose worship is supreme? Immediately, Lord Shiva said, Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnu Maradhanam param. That all the worship of Lord Vishnu is supreme. Vishnu and Krishna is same. But then Parvati ji asked another question, that is there any worship greater than Vishnu and Krishna? Then he says that Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam param tasmat partaram devi tadyanam samarchanam. Now, Tadya word is used anybody who's related to Vishnu or servant of Lord Vishnu. So he says that the worship of the servant of Lord Vishnu is also is bigger. So that's why in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, we first give prominent importance to Guru or to the servant of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. So this is a natural tendency of the Lord, that Lord always wanted to give credit to his devotee.
Right.
Mahabharata, 18 days Mahabharata war, Lord Krishna could finish immediately, right? But he gave the credit to Arjuna.
Right.
So this is a Lord's one of the characteristic, that he always wanted to give credit to his devotee. And when he wanted to give credit to his devotee, he wanted to glorify his devotee. And what is devotee business? Devotee wanted to glorify the Lord. So there is a both way. Devotee wanted to glorify the Lord, and then Lord wanted to glorify the devotee. So that's why when Lord Ram worship Shivlinga, right, in during Ramayana, because in among all the Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva's position is he is the greatest Vaishnava, right? Greatest servant of Lord Krishna. So that's why Lord Ram wanted to glorify Lord Shiva, and then he worshipped in that. But if you see the statement of Lord Brahma and then Lord Shiva, right? Both the statement are there that they are glorifying that no, Krishna is supreme, right? And then Vyasadeva, who has written all the scripture, Vyasadeva has written all the scripture, and he's saying that Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So why Vyasadeva will lie, right? Because he has given that statement, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And on top of that, that you will not find any statement from Lord Shiva where he says that Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Matta Sarvam Pravartate, that everything emanates from him. That statement he has not given. Brahmaji also not given that statement. So only one person has given the statement, which is Krishna, who says that everything come from me. And in the statement in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that all the demigod, even Brahma, Shiva, they came from me. But that statement you will not find from Brahma and Lord Shiva, that no, Krishna or Vishnu came from me. You will not find. So all these statements which is given in scripture, they lead us to conclusion that Lord Krishna is supreme. And I mean, these are like scratching on the surface. There are a number of statements are there, but the way why they worship is each other is because they wanted to glorify each other. That Krishna wanted to glorify their servant, and that's why they wanted to give credit to his devotee.
Right. Yeah, that's why if we read the prayers of Lord Shiva, it becomes very clear what the positions Shiva has, He will make that wonderful prayer in Srimad Bhagavatam. If we read, then we know that he himself is revealing his positions, through the prayer to Krishna. Yeah, but thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, that is the essence of this devotion, that Krishna wants even to become the devotees can control Krishna. He is so kind. And that's only Krishna can do it. Who has everything and still he wants to show the devotees that is greatness. Any other discussion? Who has chanted more than 50 rounds today? Anybody chanted more than 50 rounds today? No, huh? I see that what is the Mataji's from India? She texts me when she logged off that she has chanted 32 rounds. I forgot her name. I will have to look in my name book and I can mention. Anybody has chanted more than 32 rounds? So many was there for a long time chanting with me.
I was able to chant, Prabhuji.
Okay. Who else?
I also chant Prabhuji more than I do.
Okay. Who else? Kamini Priya was also a long time. She was there. Pragya Nakpal was there from beginning up to the end, I think. I think she logged up around 3 o'clock, but she was there from 8 to 3. Pragya, how many rounds did you chant?
I was there from 8 to 1, Prabhuji.
8 to 1?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How many rounds did you chant, Mate?
I think I must have chanted 30, but not 32. I'm completing now.
Oh, okay. And then who was that all the time was Manani Mataji was there longer also. Manani Mataji, how many rounds did you chant? She's not there, I guess.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam.
Haribol, Danvad, Danvad. So how many rounds did you chant?
48 Prabhuji.
48, wonderful. That's what I was thinking. You were there on the call a long time.
Yes.
Who else was more? But they may have logged out already, so I cannot see the name. Also, I would like to welcome Sada Lakshmi Dasi from Florida. Welcome, Mataji. Are you there?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Haribol,
I'm from Phoenix, Prabhu. Haribol.
Oh, you are from
the
Phoenix.
Japa session. Yeah. I asked
Okay.
details from the Rajesh Prabhu and Shweta Mataji.
Okay. Because
Thank you so much for your wonderful service, Prabhu. Wonderful. I just started yesterday on the day of Ekadasi, but it was very much blissful. Even I'm having the dreams of your voice and the translations and the chanting, everything. It was so wonderful.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I have your name. I write it down that you joined. But somebody texted me, and that was also the name was connected with Lakshmi something. And they said she will join tomorrow from Florida. I don't know, Tampa, Florida, or somewhere. And I was thinking maybe you joined from Florida, but you are from Phoenix. Okay.
I'm from Phoenix. Like we met during the Japa session when the Maharaj is here, Rompar Goswami Maharaj.
Yes, yeah. And Namapriya Mataji is joining. Namapriya Mataji must have chanted more than 50 rounds because she was there most
today. Mataji went to temple seva today. She will be attending the Mangalarti. She'll be doing the altar service on Saturdays.
But she was there from earlier time up to long. I was looking at her name and then she will log off and again she will join on and off. So she must have chanted more than 40 rounds. Today I didn't say Anand Lila Mataji. She also normally joined from Phoenix. How many? Advait Prabhu is not there from Phoenix. He joined early. Then Rajesh and Sweta. But Sweta, Mataji joined in the evening also from 8 o'clock, and then she logged up around 10 o'clock, and then they joined around 3 o'clock or something like that. They are not here, right? Rajesh and Sweta. They must have.
They left, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they must have chanted. Uh, who else was longer on our list? No, they are.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Sri Padma Manjari Mataji also there today quite a bit of time. And Girivardhari Prabhu was there long. He joined at 8 o'clock with me and he was all alone. So he must have chanted more than 50 rounds for sure. Well, I have saved all the name who joined at what time, at least in our session. And normally I always save these pages that who has joined. It's like my meditations. And I save all this whenever we chant the whole night. Yeah, it was a very, very, very profound night. And it was nice, I think, that I didn't feel sleepy at all. Even though like yesterday my day was hectic, I was not able to take any rest. Normally when we have to chant at night, normally I take a couple of hours sleep during the daytime. But yesterday we have a guest and I will have to take him for hydrotherapy. I said I was talking, and he was listening, I think, on our Zoom call. So he said, I want to go. Can you see if some space is available? So I know that Prafullanan Prafula Madhav Prabhu, he was appreciating, he was saying that, yeah, that couple is very beautiful. And she made the remark that you must have said that how nice and clean you keep your facility. So she was sharing with me. And I thought that it must be Prafullanan Madhav Prabhu. So yeah, I give my brother-in-law 2 treatments yesterday, and today also we are gonna go 3 to 5. So at least he had the 4 treatment. And then I told him that in Greenville you can see there must be a hydrotherapy place. You should finish at least another 2 to 3. So yeah. So thank you very much for everybody's contributions and support to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It was very nice. We are looking forward for those more and more dates so we can observe in chanting more and more. Maybe if it's fall, the Haridas Thakur appearance or disappearance day, we will shoot for the 22, 23 hours chanting. And we have done one time at least, so it's achievable. So with those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who take so much austerity to join on the Zoom call. And even we announce I had like 17 devotees was throughout with me throughout the night. So it was very, very nice. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my obeisances to the devotees from Aurora, Illinois, Cottondale, India, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Tempe, Phoenix, College Station, Austin, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Portland, Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, St. Louis, New Delhi, and also today, one devotee joining from Qatar. He was saying that I will join when I have the lunch break. And I saw he joined for an hour. and also one devotees joined from Doha. Yesterday, we had a Zoom call with the uh, Doha devotees. They chanted 64 rounds, sitting in a room, and then after they finished, then they invite me to speak on Bhagavatam, and then we touch base on the holy name. And it was so nice that they said that, Prabhuji, we want to have another sessions. And some of the practical tips I gave that was very helpful. And I offer my service that you send the recording. And I was surprised the two devotees within 3-4 hours, they send me the recording. That please give me the comment on those. So very, very nice devotee, at least they are sincere to improve. That's what Krishna is looking, that we should become sincere in our practices. So with those thoughts, I think if Krishna so desires, we will see you on Monday at 2 o'clock in the morning. If you cannot join, then you can always join at your convenient time. But somehow or other,